is a request from Meijer's request of service to territory. So pursuant to section 2, a copy of section 2 of the above referenced agreement, a copy of which is attached hereto. Please consider this letter as a written notice of Meijer's request for service to the territory, which for all intents and purposes will be June 21, 2022, which is when they dated the letter. So I think most everybody sitting up here, with the exception of Robert, we're on council, when we approved the 425 agreement with Fayette Township.
Could you remind me, what kind of store is going to be? Is it going to be a superstore, or just a grocery store, a gas station, pharmacy?
So our limited correspondences with Meijer's is it's going to be a smaller scale store than what they usually have, but it's going to have everything that a Meijer's usually has. So just a little less floor space.
Is there any studies going on as far as traffic, as far as impact to the community?
Absolutely.
I mean, you know, I guess one of the concerns, I mean, I voted to approve this, but, you know, it's got to be about this. When you look at Coldwater, you know, we've got a super Walmart and super Meijer's. We're downtown today.
Yeah.
When you look at Marshall, they have Meijer, they have a very private downtown. So I guess my concern is, you know, the pies are so big here. And, you know, so my concern is a big superstore, a big store, and we have local pharmacies now, we have all this type of thing.
Sure.
You know, he might play himself, so, you know, he's very competition with that.
Sure.
So I just curious, you know, if we can keep it in a box.
No, I mean, I know it's going to be a smaller store than what they typically have. I'm sympathetic to what you're saying, and I have the same concerns myself. But since we already have the Walmart, like, I'm not too worried that bringing the Meijer's in is going to be that different than when the Walmart came in.
Well, hopefully it's pretty good.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm thinking too. And
They're all competing against Amazon.
yeah, everybody's competing against Amazon now, anyways.
So, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, just really random store right here. and-
I know, I get it. I have personal vested interest in wanting to see this downtown succeed, and so do you, past the point of just being council members.
But
So-
I've got a question about the Coldwater thing. It's not a downtown Zion. That town's picking up again.
Is it? I mean,
Oh, it's growing like you won't believe.
Oh, good. It's good.
I mean, with all the growth of Clemens and everything else that's going on there, it's crazy. over
Last
there.
time I was downtown,
It's picking up again, yes. But that's Coldwater, that's not it.
Right.
But I think this is a great thing if Myers wants to go with Wayne.
We've been waiting 5 years, so.
Yes. I mean, sometimes competition breeds lower prices too. And it brings in more products, so it's not trying to put somebody out of business, because we're not.
No, but they have much bigger buying power than some of the
Yeah.
They do like 500 million snow shows, they do like 50.
No, I know, you're absolutely right, Councilman Stuchel, but they don't have the buying power Walmart has. Walmart still is the company that can dictate their prices. That's the little bit of comfort that I have, is that we already have a Walmart here, which I can't imagine that people are gonna, for a little while, people will probably go into Meijer's just out of interest to see what it is. But I mean, we all end up at Walmart at some time or another, but I know people like yourself and myself and probably everybody in this room makes an extra concerted effort to try to support the downtown businesses too. And I think we have a community that really is going to do that. And I think that, you know, whatever happened downtown in the 90s and early 2000s, I think we've turned the tide on that. And I just feel like our community has too many people working for the downtown to let a Meijer come in and just take that all away from it.
I don't think that's their intention in the first place, really, Myers. I really don't.
I think it's encouraging because a company like Meijer's does a considerable amount of market research
Right.
before they go anywhere. So I think that it means a lot when they say this community can support a Meijer's.
But when you go to, just my personal thing, when you go to Myers, whether it be in Jackson, Coldwater, whatever, the shelves are still empty. You go to, you're looking for certain things that just not there. That's COVID, and that's the effects of it. So I'm hoping maybe this one will be different, but I don't know how it's gonna be any different. I mean, every store you go to, there's always stuff that's not on the shelves. It's frustrating, it's just hopefully, when we go shopping, we have to go to 2 different stores, we have to go to Myers or Walmart to get everything we I just hope someday things get back to normal, but I'm happy to see they want to come here. I think it's good. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Yeah, well, we moved, and you will remember, Councilman Sharp,
Yes, I will.
we moved heaven and earth to make it happen, so
Yes, we did.
it's nice to see it happen. Any more discussion on that? We'll move on then. We've got no introduction, adoption of ordinances, we've got no